Jen, CEO and founder of the Nonprofit Collective. We're an online community and consulting business that helps nonprofits scale their impact sustainably. So today we're going to dive into a really unfortunate and common question about nonprofits. Why are nonprofits so toxic? Nonprofits do amazing things for their communities. They drive health services, art, education, and so much more. So shouldn't it be amazing to work for a nonprofit? Is it really possible to have your cake and eat it too? Unfortunately, if you ask almost any nonprofit employee, and if they were to answer you honestly, they would probably say that their culture of their nonprofit is toxic. So here are the common downfalls that we see in the nonprofit sector that lead to a toxic environment. Number one, you're not investing in your staff. I know you don't have the budget to pay your staff a huge salary. You still need to invest in your staff. They often have to wear all of the hats with steep learning curves. A small annual budget of about $50 per staff member can go a long way. You also need to invest a portion of your time into developing them. Learn about their professional goals, their career goals, what they want to do, what lights them up, what are their strengths, what's the hardest part of their job, and then work your hardest to help get them there. Also, never hurts to give them random paid days off. Number two, boundaries don't seem to exist. Chances are you're not in the nonprofit industry for the luxury, the glam, the high-paying checks. You're in it because you care deeply. You want to make a difference in your community, and you're willing to work yourself to never-ending burnout to do it. Maybe you do have the boundary thing down, and it's your direct supervisor that doesn't. Maybe they expect you to work around the clock. Maybe your supervisor expects that your work is your identity and you don't do anything with your life outside of that. Either way, boundaries are essential and you need to start putting them into place. Remember, no is a complete sentence. Number three, you're building the plane while you fly. Your work has real meaning for the community. Your nonprofit might urgently need some resources to stay afloat. You feel compelled to spend most of your time fundraising to bridge the gap in your budget. And there's always a huge dumpster fire to put out. The last thing on your mind is strategic planning. The thing is, when you have a strategic plan, it helps solve all of the problems that we just mentioned. Operating without a strategic plan creates all of those problems. Number four, there's no transparency. Does your staff know the financial state of the organization? Do they have the ability to have an open dialogue with the board of directors? Is your team ever welcome to sit in on the same board meetings that you do? Fear of transparency stems from, fear. Putting all of your cards on the table can feel like you are losing control. Maybe you don't want staff to know what an average payroll costs in a month. Maybe you don't want them to deal with that toxic board member. Or perhaps you're just a control freak. Organizational transparency means intentionally sharing information with your staff and members outside of the boardroom. It welcomes and respects input from the community and from your staff. Your staff cares deeply about the organization. Keep them informed about the health of the organization so that they can make informed decisions. Number five, your board of directors suck. I'm just gonna come right out and say what a lot of you are thinking. They suck. They really do. It's a problem. Crappy board members are way too common in the nonprofit sector. While there are so many great individuals that do serve on boards, there are way too many of them that use it as an opportunity to pad their resume and to do nothing. Part of your role as the executive director is to train your board on what their job is and what it isn't. When all else fails, set short terms for your board so you can get rid of the board member that is contributing not enough. At the end of the day, nonprofits can and should be amazing places to work. The word toxic should not come up when we're talking about nonprofits. The world needs your nonprofit to be successful, and it also needs you to be less stressed. No matter the reason, if you feel your nonprofit culture is toxic, leave us a comment, join our online community, subscribe to our channel, like and follow. We exist to make sure you can scale your impact sustainably. That means in a non-toxic way as well. Thanks.